Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of First Look, Final Word, the podcast where we take you along to see a new movie. I'm Pete.
I'm Trevor. Thanks for listening, you sexy blue alien cats. So today we're talking Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and read the synopsis,
Yeah,
Pete?
we're already on the road, so I'm going to read this time so Trevor can concentrate. So, the world of Pandora will change forever. In the wake of the devastating war against the RDA and the loss of their eldest son, Jake Sully and Neytiri face a new threat on Pandora, the Ash people. A violent and power-hungry Na'vi tribe led by the ruthless Varang. Jake's family must fight for their survival and the future of Pandora in a conflict that pushes them to their emotional and physical limits.
I thought they were at their emotional and physical limits at the end of the last one.
Exactly. I feel like every movie's been them being pushed to their limits, but I guess that's what you do, right?
Yeah, so at this point, I want to flag, we're going to be spoiling both Avatars.
Yeah.
But it's a spoiler-free zone right now for Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Yes.
Because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, if you've listened to this and you haven't seen either of the first two Avatars and you care about being spoiled at this point, then I'm sorry, but that's on you.
Yeah.
Not to be a dick.
I really want to get into Avatar here because...
Did you rewatch them this week?
I didn't get a chance to.
I rewatched both of them.
I'm very proud of you.
And also, I watched the extended edition of the first one.
Well,
I watched over 6 hours of Avatar already this week.
I don't really like the extended edition.
No, I had never seen it though, so I was glad I did. But yeah, I don't love it.
It's like 10 minutes of him being on Earth, which is pretty unnecessary, right? Like, what else is there?
There's a lot of extra stuff about her Grace's school and Neytiri's sister.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit. I do remember that.
Yeah,
now.
and like they really do dig into a bit more about how like she taught them all at her school when they were little, and there was a big tragedy there when her sister got killed. So I didn't mind about that. And it was just added stuff on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just stuff that was not really necessary. So
probably good that they cut that because you never know. Like if there was 10 minutes added to that first one, you know, maybe it would have made a tenth of as much money.
Yeah, and that would have been terrible. Yeah, I think the consensus is kind of how I feel. I feel like the extended one's good for like if you really want to know more about the lore and stuff and you want to get into it.
Yeah.
But but the theatrical cut is the better movie.
Yeah, like I before Way of Water came out, I did watch the extended cut.
All right.
I don't really remember the added extra stuff because now that's just my memory of the movie.
Yeah.
I just remember not liking the stuff on Earth because I feel like
that was the big change.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
Like you kind of get already that
it's like it starts and then it sort of starts again, and you kind of like this. We don't really need to know. It's kind of inferred anyway, and like referenced later on in the movie. And I didn't even really love the visuals of like Future Earth.
Future Earth looked terrible.
I much preferred it being a bit more of a mystery.
Were there any new stuff for the home version of Way of Water?
I don't remember that movie. I only seen it the once in theater, so I don't believe I saw any sort of extended version of it. I haven't heard of an extended version, but it was over 3 hours, the one I saw.
And you were very high on Way of Water, right?
I really like Way of Water.
I think we are a very positive Avatar podcast because Avatar like does get a lot of shit.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I feel like it's trendy now to like shit on Avatar and being like, oh, that's just a special effects movie with the blue cats, which it is, but they're also fucking good movies, man. Like I rewatched them this week, like I said, and I hadn't seen either of them for a while. Last time I'd seen an Avatar was when Way of Water came out, and I haven't watched it since. But rewatching, I'm like, you know what? These are just good movies. I'm sorry, they're not. He's not making any crazy advancements in storytelling or anything, but he just knows how to make good movies.
The first time I heard someone say, you know, Avatar was this huge thing, but it's kind of crazy how little of a cultural impact it's made. And at the time I thought, you know what, that's actually a very smart observation. But now I've heard that same observation 10,000 times. That's very true. And I completely agree with you. I think it distracts you from like the actual experience of watching these movies, especially watching them in the theater, which has somehow become like underrated when like these are like the perfect made for a theater experience movie.
Well, no, I think that's what it is, and I think fair play to them because they could have you could have just saturated freaking Avatar Na'vi. They could have had a cartoon and a TV show and all the kids' toys and the freaking all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they did.
But they didn't go that route. They just like,
we're
just doing the big movie and that's it.
that's a very good point.
I think that's why it's not like everywhere like some of the other stuff, because it's like it's not getting hammered everywhere.
Well, and
which is very weird because it made a lot of money, so you'd think they would have been all over that.
Again, it's hard to argue with some of the criticisms where they say, like, the first one, it's just Ferngully and Dances with Wolves, right? Like,
yeah, because it is.
It obviously is. And the second one, like, not a lot happens, and then it sort of is kind of like Titanic at the end.
Yeah.
Which, like, it sort of is, but, like, that was a good fucking movie. Like, like I was tearing up over the loss of their son. Like, it is emotional.
When his son dies, when we did warn about spoilers already, but when his son, and they talked about it in the synopsis of the third one, they mentioned that his son dies, so I guess it's not really a spoiler.
Yeah.
But I'm the same. I was watching it the other night, and like his son dies, and I was like choking up, and I was like, I didn't even like this character.
No, like
I don't even know his name, I don't think.
You could tell the whole time that was the son that was going to die.
And he's obviously going to die. It's all about the younger son.
He's the buzzkill son.
He's just a good son, and he's always going to get shit on. But like, I don't know. It might just be because like a family gets me.
Yeah,
like you and I are in the same boat where it's like we have kids, so we're like when they talk about it goes so fast and like I just want my kids to be happy. I should like just gets me right in the feels, which is cheap and easy, but you know what, it works, so that's fine. But yeah, I really felt the emotion of that second movie because part of me, and I was a bit worried because I hadn't seen it from when it first came out, and a bit of me was like, maybe I just liked it because it looked so good on that 3D IMAX screen, because it bloody did, all that stuff underwater. And I was like, if I'm watching this at home, am I going to be a bit like, I'm a bit bored of them just swimming about in the water because it doesn't look as good. But you know what? It didn't feel that way. It just felt like a good movie.
Like, Jimmy Cameron knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like shocking revelation violence, but yeah, James Cameron's good at making movies.
Like, it is emotionally broad, but it just hits the target so clearly, and it's like the pacing is slow and long, but like there's some formula that he's cracked here that really gets you to that moment of pathos at the end. Like talking specifically about Way of Water.
True, yeah.
And Way of Water was so much more of a personal movie for him, like because it's all about like his newfound family. Like he's got a spider kid, and he's got a young Sigourney Weaver, and like I'm making fun of it, but like I am into this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm exactly the same way, because like I understand why it should be goofy and why I should be like, this is stupid, because that kid spider is a character that I should hate.
It works. I don't
love him so much, but I'm like, I don't hate him.
I like Spider.
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize for liking Spider.
And the weird Sigourney Weaver child, like, it took me a bit to be like, this is very odd that they went this route, but I feel like he has a reason for that. That's kind of going to be the thread of these movies.
It's super weird, but like, it was clearly set up in the first movie. Like,
I think the only thing that I find very weird about it is that they actually got Sigourney Weaver to play like a small child, which really was just like odd to me. Like, which it's fine. I mean, I guess that's the way they went.
It's really her
mocap
holding her breath in the tank. I'm like, did she really have to do this? Like, could you not animated this?
Exactly. They couldn't just got somebody else to do that.
She's like holding her breath for like 2 or 3 minutes. I remember listening to her WTF episode.
Oh, seriously?
Like, are you like you're putting like 65-year-old Sigourney Weaver through this to play like a young child?
Yeah.
And like it does sound stupid. It does, but I like in practice it isn't. Like I think we just forget when we leave the theater of how good the movies are. Like,
yeah, that's exactly and and I think I don't understand it myself, and I think it speaks to like how you're saying about it's not a big cultural movement thing. It is like you're watching, that's a great movie, and you leave and you're like, I'll watch it again maybe in a year or whatever when the next one's coming out. Which I don't understand why, because it is such a good movie. And I really want to show it to my kids, but I feel like it might be a bit too violent still.
You might have to break it up into a few viewings too.
Yeah.
The second one is definitely violent.
Yeah,
I think they could handle the first one.
Yeah.
Because the violence is not
in it as well.
But it's not
a lot of peril.
Yeah, like it's not quite so like gory and visceral as like the son dying in the second one is pretty graphic.
Some of it is pretty like the fight at the end, the big fight at the end of the first movie gets pretty intense.
Yeah, it does. And like there's some pretty graphic sex scenes too, isn't there?
There's a lot of touching tails.
Am I confusing
like
that
ponytails? I guess it is not tails.
Yeah,
I don't remember what you've been watching, but
I don't want to.
That must be a different extended version, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they put some fan edits, inserted it into the movie, and like I think it just pluses it up.
I do still think it's weird the way they like stick their pony.
No, I don't want. I can't talk about that. I that's a part of it.
And then they stick it in there.
No. I can't. We can't. Because that's the part where it really does break down. Like I just have to ignore that.
Well,
I don't want to talk about it.
This was my evening. I started watching this movie in my basement, and I Google, do Na'vi have sexual organs? Because I was curious.
I don't think they do.
And apparently they do.
Oh, okay. Are they mammalian? I guess they are because they have breasts and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I think they're just like regular apes, but cats.
Cat apes.
So I guess you should have said regular cats. Yeah. So apparently, according to canon, the ponytail thing it's not exactly a sexual thing, Trevor.
It's just an emotional connection.
Yeah. So I was a bit like, are they like having sex with their horse?
Like they also got some.
Yeah. It's like an extra connection.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not dirty at all. That's just you.
I feel so much better actually now that you said that.
That's why I looked it up because it was freaking me out a bit, and I was like, "Is this like them doing it with this creepy thing that they're doing with their thing?" Because they do use it for everything.
Yeah.
But no, apparently that's not. That's just them being like nice and connected. So it's like giving them
just like a little smooch.
It's like a nice giant hug.
Okay.
With your
maybe maybe hair hug is better than a smooch.
Hair hug.
Because they are like doing that to like horses and dragons.
That's what I mean.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's like that's why I was a bit like that's a kind of bit weird. Imagine you had to do that just to ride a horse. Just like stick something in it.
So they filmed these movies 2 and 3 at the same time, back to back, and I think not necessarily in sequence either. Like I think they just filmed it all.
I was wondering.
Lord of the Rings
I was wondering that. So there's not going to be like a time jump or anything. I would imagine too big of a one at least.
I think there might be a time jump.
I was mostly thinking about like the spider character because he's the only one that's really like if he ages, you'd tell.
Yeah, like I think it's like at most it's going to be like 6 months or a year or something. But yeah, like
that kid's probably like 30 years old now. I've not seen him recently.
Well, I think that's why they did it back to back because they're like, this kid's gonna have like a full beard soon. We gotta knock these off.
So they've not started shooting for Andor 5 yet, right?
No, and
it's not been like greenlit at this point.
Cameron has gotten annoyed whenever someone has asked him about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think the quote I saw yesterday was like you wouldn't ask someone who's like currently in labor, like when are they gonna have their next baby? But I think like
so funny.
You know, he's at least 80 or approaching 80.
There's that, right?
Right? And
does he even want to at this point?
I think he does.
Yeah,
but I think he also has
big undertaking though.
He also has said like there's a possibility that they could like someone could do 4 and 5 without him, or you know, maybe they might do. I don't know if he has said this, but maybe they might just go the animated route.
Oh yeah,
for 4 and 5.
Well, I know that he said that if they don't make him, then he'll just release books.
Oh, you know what? I think that's what. I
don't know if he meant like novels or if he meant or if he meant like graphic novels. Because I feel like you'd be missing something if you were just reading a novel of Avatar. But
yeah, it's just
at least we know what it's supposed to look like now. So he's like, "Don't worry, like I'll release how the story was supposed to end, even if we don't make these movies."
Yeah, well, like they were filmed between 2017 and 2020.
Wow.
And like the VFX on that has taken 3 years and 5 years respectively.
Yeah.
We didn't
that's a lot of work.
The last Way of Water was pre-podcast,
right?
Pre-podcast.
That's when we just used to watch movies just for fun.
Yeah, it must have been just before we started, right?
Yeah, it must have been.
Or maybe like a year before.
Yeah, I think
we did. We
started like November the following year.
Yeah, we did sort of just used to hang out.
Yeah,
to hang out with each other.
We just used to do this without a recorder.
We used to just be good friends.
Yeah, now we have to be friends.
Yeah.
It's mandated.
So yeah, I like. If you haven't got the impression already, we love these movies.
Yeah, we're big Avatar guys.
We are defenders and we're stans, although recognize the criticisms, right?
What have you seen any scuttlebutt about this new one?
I've seen that the fans are loving it. Critics are cooling.
Yeah, which is kind of what I anticipated.
We're sort of in between that. We're not quite critics.
Professional critics.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we've got a pretty good letterbox thing going, but that's mostly Trevor.
No, well, we got people who listen to this podcast, man. Like, are we
Yeah.
making money off of it? No, but we got people who listen, so that's
we got fans.
yeah. I think people will listen to this episode, so that
They will.
doesn't make us
I feel like we're just more celebrities than critics.
Yeah, well, exactly. And that's all I want.
That's why we do it.
No, and when they first announced these movies, like the sequels, they said we're gonna do water, we're gonna do fire, we're gonna do air,
Yeah.
and like really just doing Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, I did hear something that it's not necessarily like that for this one.
Well, I haven't got that impression from the trailer.
No, especially with the synopsis about the ash people or whatever. It's like it seems like it's very fire based.
I think it's more like a spiritually, like this is the like I don't
Avatar
think
being spiritual. Are you sure about that?
I don't think they're gonna like be holding their breath going under lava or something. You know what?
Right.
Maybe they will.
People just setting themselves on fire and running about. I'd be up for that,
That'd be pretty cool.
right? Just like fire demons and stuff.
But yeah, like I don't like this is the one where like when I heard they were making this one, I thought like, oh, this could potentially be a little problematic, right? Like because these movies have always kind of skirted along being problematic, and now you're getting into like, oh, there are tribes who are actually at war with each other, and there are tribes who are going to be siding with the baddies in this one, and then that has like a lot of almost too close to home like historical parallels that like you're like. Is James Cameron really the one to kind of be doing this sort of thing?
There is a bit of that, yes.
He got a lot of guff when he did Way of Water for basically lifting a lot from like Maori
like
culture and stuff
without
like really consulting.
Yeah. No doubt.
And like I said, these ones were filmed before 2020. Like they were already in the can before those criticisms came through. So
true.
Not a lot of wiggle room to change things aside, editing some things out.
I doubt he probably is that worried about it anyway. To be honest, I feel like he's just doing what he wants these days.
Yeah, well, I think it's something that we just got to be aware of going in. Like, not no movie's gonna be perfect, especially when it's made by a very old white man.
No. I did like the one thing about doing the first and second pretty much back to back. The way I did it is like it's really cool to see the advancement in the technology and in the effects, because like they're just like groundbreaking every single time. So I'm excited to see what this new one looks like, because the last one looks so good.
Well, it's the best water cinematography ever.
Yeah,
like it looks incredible. Like, and I know like some of it is. Well, a lot of it is just like cartoon, right, that you're looking at,
basically.
But it's magic, especially especially in 3D IMAX, which we are seeing it in.
Yeah, like, I am famous. Well, I don't know about famously, but I am very staunchly anti 3D these days.
Yes,
I can't stand 3D anymore. It's even when it's done well, I find it tedious.
But nothing.
But Avatar is the one that will get me to do it.
Nothing's really made in native 3D anymore, except for Avatar movies.
That's fair. There was a time where it was like the thing to do, and then it kind of dropped off.
Yeah, we did Coraline in 3D, which was also filmed in native 3D. So that's like the one stop motion cartoon or whatever you got to see in 3D.
That was good. Yeah, let's go check out our episode on that.
Great episode.
Was a great one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, good movie.
And like Avatar and Coraline are like the two movies you absolutely have to see in 3D.
Yeah, just do that. You know what else is really good in 3D actually? How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
Just for the flying sequence. The flying sequences were pretty good.
The new one?
No, the original.
Okay.
I mean, the new one's probably great too. I didn't see that in 3D. It's just exactly the same movie.
Yeah, I've never seen any of them in
3D.
I've never seen any of them in the theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I think that was just like a conversion. It might have been. I don't know, but
I assume that was converted.
It was really. That was like the height of it though when that first one came out. It's when they were doing everything in 3D.
Well, I remember seeing like Green Hornet, the
really
the like Seth Rogen one, and that was converted into 3D, and that was when I'm like, okay, it's gone too far. We can't be doing this.
Yeah. Some of them just didn't work at all. It's like they put no thought into it.
Well, it's just like a little 3D or whatever. Like there's no immersion whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I also want to say, in terms of format, we are seeing it in like the regular IMAX 3D. We're not seeing it in the high frame rate version because there's not a theater near us that has that version.
Which
And I'm not all that interested anyways.
Yeah, I don't really dig on the high frame rate, if I'm being honest with you. I think it can detract a bit, but
I don't know if I've ever seen a movie in high frame rate, like, because we're just it's not that easy for us to go.
Didn't they do like The Hobbit?
Well, I've never seen any of the Hobbit movies.
It was awful in the high frame rate.
Well, and like, did you ever see Gemini Man?
No, I didn't.
Because that was like, I think it was like 128
Oh, really?
frames per second, which is like 4 times
It just made me realize why the movies aren't made in that frame rate.
Yeah, like
it looked like you were watching a soap opera because it looked like
or like
your brain's not used to seeing that.
You're watching things in like the Walmart TV section or whatever that has the motion smoothing on.
Yeah, and it's like when they did it for The Hobbit, it was like, this is the worst possible movie to do this for, because this is like high fantasy, and it looks like a bunch of people LARPing with foam axes. It's like it looks like what it is. It shouldn't look like what it is. It should look like
they really didn't think it through.
No, well, it was just Jackson wanted to dick around with new tech, which is fine. As it is one.
Well, okay, so we're very on board for Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
We have to pivot right now, and I apologize.
Ready for Trevor to just eviscerate it.
If people want to skip ahead to our review of Avatar, first we're going to do spoiler free, then we're going to do spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
This episode's time coded, and again, I apologize. For 10 minutes, we have to talk about Santa Claus the movie,
the classic movie, Santa Claus the movie. So I'm guessing you didn't like this one, Trevor.
No, well, I want you to do a bit of a preamble first.
All right.
So this means a lot to you, this movie, right?
Yeah, and I did a bit of digging, and I discovered that
this is a bad movie.
No, well, yeah, I kind of knew that already, but apparently this was really took off in the UK. So in England, this is quite beloved, probably just because it has a bunch of English people in it. But
because it is an American production.
It's definitely an American production, yeah. But for some reason, like it just it hit home in England, and it was like a perennial movie that I saw a lot as a kid, and I have lots of fond memories growing up of watching Santa Claus the movie. And I still quite like it, and I'll watch it every year with my kids.
So as a kid, did this movie like sneak its way into Santa Claus lore for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this was like this is how
Santa Claus was a generous man who died.
Yep,
and then was granted immortality, and said, You must go on endless nights delivering presents.
You will live forever.
And you will live forever. There is no escape.
Yep. And he loved it. He loved it.
There are no women in this movie aside from Mrs. Claus.
So there's a little girl.
That's true. But this is the most like this is the worst ratio you can get.
Yeah, pretty much.
Aside from like The Thing, which is like all men. Like this is really
like a very small amount of people though.
This is like I don't know, 3,000 to 2, the ratio.
Like the nanny character who's floating around at one point, she was in there too.
But I'm like,
she had a line.
Even just at the North Pole, like it's just a lot of it's like the Smurfs in there, man.
Isn't that like normally the case though? There's not usually like female elves, are they?
I guess like I don't really want to think about elves breeding,
exactly, right? But that's what I'm basing my elf knowledge on Santa Claus the movie. So there you
go. As a child, did you think, what am I watching?
No, I thought this is so cool.
What is happening to
me? Why have I watched this so long and nothing's happened yet?
So I will say, I tried to get my kids to watch this.
Oh yeah.
We watched the trailer.
Okay.
And both my 8-year-old and 3-year-old said, this looks weird.
Well, it's because it's from the 80s.
Well, we watch plenty of old movies in our house. And so I want to give some credit to this movie up front.
Okay, there we go. Really?
I love the set of Santa's workshop.
Right?
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I think like for the most part, I love the costumes. I love Burgess Meredith's really long beard. I don't know what's going on with that.
How many of those elves were carrying that beard around?
I loved it. I kind of respect that it took them 30 minutes to anoint Santa Claus. Like, it was
takes a long time for this movie to get going.
This is sort of like a King Arthur story or whatever. Like,
it's almost like two different movies with neither of them really having much to say. It just stuck together, which is just my big gripe about the movie. But by the time it gets to like Lithgow and his BZ toys and that kind of whole thing, it's kind of just like an afterthought, and then they just kind of rush through it, and there's not really any thought put to it or any decent scripting.
Like, it's like an hour for him to get to being Santa Claus, and then it does a montage that it skips like 500 years.
Yeah. And those elves have not advanced those toys they were making in those 600 years.
Dudley Moore is trying.
Well, he's got tries to use a fact, but they're still making those naff like wooden carts. It's like, who's giving their kids wooden carts in the 1985? Like, come on.
Dudley Moore has some good ideas. I just want to say that.
He's very good at doing elf puns too, which I didn't remember until I watched it this year. I was like, I don't remember him trying to like cram a elf pun in every fucking sentence.
It's just all instead of self.
Yeah, like it's not even clever.
It's not a. It's like in Community where like Chang was putting his like name as puns, but then it just started doing like, instead of change, he just did Chang. And he's like, it's not clever if it's just substituting one word.
It's like he wouldn't normally say self in that sentence, so cramming in self and changing it to elf just doesn't make any sense.
I will say he is sort of selling it that like that's just how he would say it.
That's just because he's annoying.
Yeah,
I liked Dudley Moore in this though. I thought he did a good job.
I think he might be the best part of the movie. I also don't understand his motivations. Like, what is he actually trying to do? He's partnering with John Lithgow.
He's trying to prove to Santa that he's good at making toys, but he doesn't really make any toys to prove that to Santa. He just sort of steals the magic powder and uses that, which is not going to show you anything.
He sort of just steals an idea from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Well, yes, it's definitely just that. It's just his fizzy lifting drink for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. And then John Lithgow,
isn't he great in it though?
Well,
it's like the most ridiculous.
So many people complaining about his performance. I'm like, my
favorite performance of his. I think
like he understands what he's doing.
Right?
He is an incredible actor. It's not like he's doing it broadly by accident.
It's like he's trying his best.
Probably the best line reading of all time.
He's like joking over the word. Like, see, it's a good movie, man. It's fun.
I love like his teeth in that one. I will say, I think this movie stinks, and I'm never going to watch it again.
Fair enough.
I am fascinated by it as a cultural artifact.
Yes.
And like, you know, if they made this movie today, everything would be CGI in the North Pole or whatever. So like, I do really like it made me miss these kinds of sets.
Yeah, you know what I really like and I really appreciate even to this day is I really dig the animatronic reindeers.
Yeah, they look good.
They look good, man. And it was like the 80s when they did that.
When the one starts crying because Dudley Moore's leaving, like it got me. It actually did.
No, but I know what you mean.
That scene was way more sad than it should have been.
But like the transition between animatronic reindeer and real reindeer, I feel like it's done really well. Like sometimes I'm like, is that the animatronic one or is that the real one? Because they actually did train real reindeer to pull that sled. It took them like 6 months, I read.
But honestly, like the 80s to the early 90s was the best time for like animatronics and stuff like that. And then like
those stupid computers came along.
A lot's been gained since then, but like looking at this sort of stuff, like a lot has been lost, certainly. Because reindeer have never looked so good in a movie.
Exactly.
And I'm including reindeer.
They like had character. Those reindeers were characters.
Yeah, you know what else was a character?
What?
The North Pole.
Oh, there you go.
And those two kids.
Oh, the kid acting is the worst I think I've ever seen.
I had a question for you.
Yes.
Has there ever been a movie where the plot was resolved by someone just calling the police? Because that was this movie. The little girl called the police, and then that resolved everything.
Well, you know what? You say that like it's a bad thing, but I watched Home Alone 2 Lost in New York last night.
He should have called the police.
And he does. That's how he resolves that movie, is that after he's done his stupid shenanigans for God knows how long, then he calls the police, and then the police show up and arrest Marv and Eddie or whatever the name is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think because didn't he try to call the police and say, hey, they're trying to rob this toy store? No,
he didn't even try.
Oh, well, then
he didn't even try.
That's on him.
He just smashed the window so the police would show up.
I feel like he didn't have to lead those people back to his murder house.
Definitely, that's the point I'm making. He could have easily called the police. Right. Then he tried to kill them for half an hour and then called the police.
You know what? Fuck Kevin McAllister.
Yeah,
and
he's
his
a
and his
psychopath.
dad, who
Yeah,
is a
his dad.
drug dealer.
Yep, lethal weapon.
But it was really because the movie was just over. They called the police, they picked him up, and it was over.
And I love and they try and crowbar in the fact that they have to do that freaking loop de loop. I forget what they call it.
Oh yeah, with the exploding sled.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is the only way we can save Patch and this kid is if we do the super duper looper. And it's like, why do you need to do that? It doesn't make any sense why you would need to do that. But I still love it though because it worked.
What was with the dancing over the snow thing? Can you explain?
The dancing over the snow. Which bit's that?
Like they were like tracking a star, and then it made.
Oh yeah, it's like the North Star.
But what were they doing there?
That's like the start of Christmas or something.
Okay, but what were they doing?
What was who doing?
So the elves, they're like tracking it, and then they're like, by tracking it, they make it start snowing.
Right.
And then they all they have like a dancing celebration. Did they harness something?
No, it's just the official start to the season, isn't it?
You can't just say in it like
it's not. It's not a well-written movie. It's just because they wanted to have the elves dancing and it's a snow.
I think I'm just trying to get some revenge because of Black Christmas.
Yes, that's definitely true.
But I also like this is not going to work its way into my regular rotation.
No, and that's fair. Like
do your kids like it?
It's not their favorite. I kind of make them watch it.
I could not get my kids to watch this for 5 seconds. Do you know what we watched instead?
What?
The Search for Santa Paws,
which
was a worse movie than this one.
There's so many good Christmas movies out there these days, though. They're not going to want to watch something from the 80s.
You know what's in the regular rotation? They've now watched twice this year.
Oh, what's that?
Arthur Christmas.
It's a good one. That is a good movie.
Good movie.
We've watched that one.
Check out our Aardman series where we covered every single Aardman movie.
Nice.
And then I was trying to get them to watch the wrong trousers, and they forgot about it.
Boy.
I was insisting that it was a Christmas movie, and they didn't believe me. But it has a penguin in it.
I saw something today saying that Jumanji is a Christmas movie because the very end scene is during a Christmas party, and Robin Williams is dressed as Santa.
Okay, that's pretty weak.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like 30 seconds
where they
Christmas.
Where they yell at those people not to go on the ski trip?
Exactly that bit. Apparently that's a Christmas party.
I get if a movie has one scene that takes place at Christmas, does not make it.
There needs to be official rules written up here.
Okay, well, that concludes our Project Weird Christmas.
It does.
And so we're going to be taking...
on a high point, I would say.
Sure.
It's better than Supergirl, and it's the same director and producer.
You know what? I had plenty of positive things to say about Supergirl too, and I feel about the same about this movie as I did about Supergirl.
There's some Supergirl again.
There's some things I quite like, but it's a garbage movie.
I kind of feel like we figured out how to do flying scenes really well with these Superman movies and Supergirl. We'll just flip out Superman and put Santa in there.
The flying in Supergirl is much better than the flying here, I would say.
Yeah, well.
They did those transitions really well in Supergirl.
They did.
I'd say watch Supergirl. It also is like 3 movies in one and none without a point to make.
Yeah, Dudley Moore was supposed to be in it apparently, but didn't work out. Yeah.
Was he supposed to be like?
He's like that assistant dude who was like the boyfriend or whatever. I forget.
Oh, okay.
He's like that one nerdy character or whatever.
Like the assistant to the witches? Or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember. I've forgotten most of that movie, to be honest with you.
Oh, I remember it all. Well, anyways, folks, we are at the theater.
Yeah.
If you're new to the podcast, Pete and I are going to go inside and watch Avatar Fire and Ash, then come back, give you an immediate spoiler-free review of the movie, give you lots of warning before heading into spoiler talk.
We're going to need to talk about the
the
Odyssey prologue.
The trailer, so we got to book it, actually.
Boogie.
Okay.
All right.
Wish us luck, everyone. Love you. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. That was a long movie. We were in the car on the way home, having just seen Avatar. It's Fire and Ash. That's what it's called, right?
Fire and Ash. They should have called it Fire and Intermission, because an intermission would have been nice.
Yeah, or just like make it not as long.
Well, okay. Well, did you feel like the length got to you this time?
I did, but I don't think because of the movie. I think it's just because of like where we were sat in the IMAX theater. It starts to feel very cramped and hot, and I had a sweater on that I probably shouldn't have been wearing. So the last half hour in the movie, I was starting to feel like quite claustrophobic. Just like I want to leave. That wasn't because of the movie. It just felt like I'd been in there a long time.
Well, I did feel like this one didn't quite zip along
Yeah,
like the
I
other
did
two.
feel like it dragged a little bit in spots. So I was like, can we just get it moving along now, please?
I noticed during Way of Water that like in the long periods where you're kind of just baking in the majesty, it like was taking a long time, but I find myself like not wanting it to end,
Yes, yes.
like really just wanting to live in that moment. I did feel that less this time,
Yeah,
despite
I
like
agree.
I still like the movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
I would say it's not quite as high up as the other two, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree. I really liked it too. I think the thing that it was missing for me is that I think, like you saying, that those awe-inspiring moments in the second one. Like the first one had that because it was like your introduction to
Yeah.
the world, right? And it just took your breath away. And the second one had that because of all the underwater stuff, and it was like showing you a whole other part of the world.
Well, even more so, I think the ocean
Yes,
stuff,
exactly.
right?
That's what I mean. Like all the ocean stuff and the underwater stuff in the second one was just like taking your breath away stuff. This one just like showed you more of both of those things.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just like, here's more of all that stuff you love. And I was a bit like, oh, okay, some of it's on fire, but I mean, that's not really that impressive.
Yeah, there were a couple of like new elements that they introduced, but nothing that quite
Yeah.
hit those same high notes. And uh a few like a few more beats that were repeating than I was really expecting, to tell you the truth. Like
Yeah, it felt like it was just doing you great. It was like an Avatar greatest hits almost. Like there was things that happened, and I was like, "This is what happened in the last movie, or this is what happened in the first movie."
Well,
I've seen him do this before.
and I'm sure we're kind of thinking about the same thing. And there's like a big moment near the end, and it's treating it like it's an unprecedented moment, but it's literally a moment that we saw in the first movie.
Yeah, there was a few different points like that where I was like, "Oh, they're just doing that again, but bigger." It was like, let's just make it bigger, which is kind of what sequels typically do. But I was just kind of hoping for a bit more, I guess, from this one.
Yeah. Well, and I guess we're coming out the gate with a couple complaints.
Yeah.
That being said, it is an Avatar movie.
It is.
It is beautiful,
It is
and I
very
like
much
it.
so, and I really liked it too. I mean, it might be, I might like it the least of the three.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but that's only because I'm so up on the other two. Like that doesn't mean this is a bad movie by any stretch.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I'd say I'm complaining that it's just a B plus.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Like I wanted my jaw to drop hit the floor and just to be absolutely blown away. And I was only a little bit blown away.
I really liked the character design
Oh, man.
of like the new
Yeah,
villain,
they were real. She was looked really cool actually. Yeah. Yeah.
and I feel like I could fix her.
I know exactly what you mean, Trevor.
And
I've got the same feeling too.
just like, what is wrong with me in that I I agree completely with what the Colonel's doing.
Yeah, it's like that's a reasonable response right now.
Yes.
I think they knew what they were doing designing that character, Trevor.
They
I'm
knew-
just going to say that.
They knew what they were doing. They were using it against. I really liked the idea of that tribe, and I'm going to specifically avoid going into details.
Right.
I think we get an origin story of why they are why they are the way they are and why they behave the way that they do, which I was really into. I liked most of the elements that they introduced us to.
Yeah.
I think that they sort of like they didn't get to breathe as their own villain.
No,
like
they definitely didn't. There was a couple of elements I thought in the movie where I'm like, in a 3 hour plus movie, like the new elements they introduced, I felt got the least amount of screen time or like work, and I was like, oh man, I would love to have spent more time with that group of people or investigate more of what's going on there, versus going back to the well so much. Like, not that I didn't like that, but like, just seemed like there was a lot more story they could have dug into there.
Yeah, and like I have some notes on how I might have approached this a little differently.
Okay, we send it through to it. To you, man, Jim.
I'll wait till we get to spoilers a little bit, but yeah, like I think there's a bit of an emphasis on like let's make sure that the characters that were prominent in the first two movies also get featured here.
Mm-hmm.
The last act of this movie really feels like the last act of the second movie.
Yeah, it's very
and like
similar.
it's lit in the exact same way. So
To me, you could definitely tell that 2 and 3 were shot back to back or at the same
yes.
time. It felt just like a continuation of the second movie and then a repeat of a lot of it in places.
I feel like it might have taken place 100 meters away from the climax of the second movie.
Not like 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Not even a couple of weeks, maybe. The timeline I found confusing.
Well, she was still pregnant.
Yes,
Like how
yes.
pregnant was Kate Winslet in the
Yeah, it
second
always
one?
blows my mind that that's Kate Winslet.
Well, she's like, for whatever reason, she's the most anonymous Na'vi. Like,
yeah, like just it doesn't really look like a Kate Winslet either. I really like the rest of them. You can see,
well, like you can see Morrison, you can see
yeah.
Saldaña, like you can see Worthington, obviously.
Yep.
But for whatever, like she looks completely anonymous.
That's what I mean. It's like they purposely like made her look less
like I assume you have to pay Kate Winslet more to hold her breath and go in that.
I mean, I guess.
Like,
it made more sense that they kind of cast her because in the second movie, I thought that she was basically barely in it, and I was like, it's kind of weird that they hired her for that movie, but then they gave her a bit more to do in this movie. I will say.
I remember like being shocked learning afterwards that Kate Winslet was in that movie.
Was
like,
Kate Winslet?
Who was she?
I think we had that conversation when we left. I was like, who was Kate Winslet in that movie?
That was Eddie Falco. That wasn't Kate Winslet. And the two don't look alike.
Right. Although speaking of how people looked, I thought this was the obviously most impressive for realism in the way they looked. I was watching the scenes and I couldn't decide if they just looked less like cats, like they toned down the cat bits on them, or if they just looked so realistic that my brain was just thinking they looked more human.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're pivoting to some positives because I completely agree.
It wasn't such a jump where you're like, oh, that looks nothing like the last movie, but it was just like, man, it just looks like they just added so much detail to the faces. I was like, it was actually like I was throwing me off a little bit because I was like, they look more human, but I don't think they did. I don't think the design changed all that much. I think it was just more detailed.
And I think like my brain was giving me less of an uncanny vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to forget that it's motion capture.
Yeah,
I think Jake Sully kind of still gives you the most like uncanny feeling, like at least to me.
Well, I think it's the dreadlocks.
He's not pulling them off.
No, he made a real bold choice keeping those dreadlocks.
Not like Spider.
Yeah, no, not like Spider.
When the movie first opens and it shows, is it Kitty? Is that her name?
Kitty, yeah.
Kitty and Spider. They're sitting on a rock near a magnetic field.
Yes.
And like the water splashing around them, you see all of the layers of rocks behind them.
Yeah.
Like it honestly just took my breath away at the amount of depth that they were able to capture in that one shot.
It's pretty insane how I just always forget that like none of this is real.
Well, like no one does 3D the way that James Cameron does it, like because it's not about something's coming at you. It's that like, I'm actually like existing in a space with these people.
Just really, just the depth of field and just the immersion. It's just it's really well done.
It was really incredible. I'd like to talk about my boy Spider.
Yeah, okay.
I love the guy. I don't know what to. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's like we said about the second movie though. Like he should be very annoying, and I could see, like if I knew him in real life, I'd probably find him quite annoying. But I don't find him that annoying in the movie. I kind of like him. I was kind of rooting for him. I wanted him to succeed.
Yeah, well, exactly, and he kind of gets passed around a little bit. Like,
and some of the lines that they make him say, it's like you're trying to make people hate him. He says a lot of like butt heads and fucking stupid shit that you would never say.
It's like, hey, bro.
We never talked when we were talking on the way here about how they did like the Hunt for Red October thing with the Na'vi language in the second movie.
Yeah.
Because it still kind of throws me off to like trying to figure out, are they speaking English now or are they not speaking English now? Because when they're around humans, it shows them speaking Na'vi.
Yeah,
it's like it really confused me sometimes.
It didn't do that trick again, and it's just assuming that you know.
That's true. Yeah,
you know what's going on from the second movie.
You'd be a bit confused
because like I always forget what is the colonel's name. Is it
Quaritch?
Quaritch.
Yeah.
When he's speaking to the members of the fire tribe, he's talking to them in his old southern drawl or whatever, and then when he's talking to the same person's there in front of Eddie Falco, all of a sudden like he's still speaking English, but now he has to speak Na'vi
Yeah, that's what I
to
mean. It's
translate
really
between the
interesting.
two of them.
I always find it interesting when it's like, I mean, it's easy enough to just say, oh, it's like it sounds like English to me, but like all the like different inflections and like the way that things work in the English language just wouldn't work in another language. It's like you can't just like, I guess it's just inferred. It's not a straight translation. But...
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like the Star Trek rules, right? Like
exactly.
Your brain will
Universal Translator just figures it out.
Yeah, your brain will do it in like an idiom that you are accustomed to.
It's just that clever.
It's like my people have a saying: a cat can have kittens in the oven, but that don't make them biscuits.
Yeah, what's the TNG episode with the guy? And it's like on tomorrow, their eyes wide and all that shit.
Oh, that's Darmok.
Yeah, Darmok and Gamora or whatever. That was the best episode.
It's great. It took them way too long to figure it out. Like
I did, but
they've
been just like letting the Universal Translator figure it all out for him.
Well, I don't know. Like they're just speaking in metaphors. Like is it?
If you don't understand the metaphors, it makes it difficult to understand what they're talking about. Anyway, let's not. Like, I feel like every podcast we do get sidetracked into Star Trek at some point.
Well, to truly understand this podcast, you have to watch at least every episode of TNG, and then probably DS9 and Voyager.
Yeah, maybe just do it twice, just to be sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, Blue Cats. What were we saying?
Maybe we could talk about performances a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of. Part of me is a bit like disappointed that Sam Worthington's kind of just been in this world for so long because I kind of like him in these movies. I would like to see him in more stuff.
We saw him in Relay earlier this year.
We did. You're right.
Which like
he was fine.
He was pretty one note, but he was like a serviceable heavy in that one.
Like he really does well with the like. I'm a dad struggling with knowing how best to be a dad.
Well,
which is not the hardest thing to do, but in the world. But I believed him.
I'm a little and just like last time, I'm a little conflicted about him as a dad. But I do really identify to moments where he yells at his kids, and then 5 seconds later he's like, "Why did I do that? Like, what is wrong with me?" Yeah. I think he struggles too much to learn lessons.
Yeah, he very much does. He's a pig-headed Marine, Trevor. That was not the first movie went to lengths to explain that he was kind of an idiot.
I think
he's a meathead.
But like his arc from the second movie was completely wiped away.
Yeah, they just did it again.
They really did just do it again. Like I think he just didn't know what to do.
Well, I mean, I guess that they kind of did a reset because he was trying to deal with the death of his one kid, which they kind of they spent a bit of the movie at the start going over. I really did like.
It was pretty front loaded.
I really did get a bit confused with how much time was supposed to have passed. I'm not gonna lie.
I think just a few weeks. I don't think it's too long.
Yeah.
How long are the Na'vi pregnant for?
As long as they need to be, Trevor. Is the answer.
They'll let you know. You'll know it when you see it.
Yep. Yeah. No, but I thought the performances across the board were really good. I mean, it still creeps me out a little bit with the Sigourney Weaver as the kid, like going about being a teenager or whatever. But
how old is she supposed to be, and how old Spider's supposed to be approximately?
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be around the same age, right?
Yeah, but are they 15?
I guess maybe a little younger.
Okay, younger. Okay.
Yeah, because I think
it's tough for I feel like Spider does have to be 30, that actor, in real life, right?
Because from what I understand, in the first movie, Neytiri was supposed to be like 16, 18. And then the second movie, second movie, she was like 32 or whatever.
Yeah, I think all Disney movies require the female lead to be 16.
Yes, exactly. But it has to work out because then they have to have kids and they have to grow up, but they still have to be young. So it's like figure that out. But like I say, it's cat years. Who knows what's going on?
I feel like race played a bigger part of this movie than probably since the first one.
Yeah, the Fire and Ash tribe seemed very race coded to me, but not in a super problematic way. But I was a bit worried that they were going that way.
Yeah, they
they all are. All the tribes in Avatar are just avatars for for different cultures.
Yeah, I think the water people are more like the like Polynesian indigenous people. Yeah. I think the fire tribe has a clear analog in the Comanche tribes.
Yeah, that's
there was there's like scalping scenes in this one that feel like it's sort of out of like an old Western.
Yeah.
I'm not well versed enough to really comment on it. Like
no, that's what I'm saying.
Like it felt like this is a part of it that should not be depicted, but
yeah,
I don't know. It feels like it's on shaky ground. That's all I can say.
That's what I mean. It didn't, like you were saying earlier, but I didn't really flesh that out. It's like it had stuff like that in it, but it was like it wasn't really necessary. It didn't add anything, and it didn't dig into it. And they just kind of went, "Hey, look, this is like what some people do in England, in England, on Earth." So we're just gonna say that Na'vi do it too.
I'm sure that
on planet England.
I'm learning more and more what life is like in England from this podcast. I can't remember the actress's name. I looked her up beforehand, but the one who played the main like fire villain.
Yeah, what was her name?
Vera
Vecna? I don't know, something like that. Yeah, it began with a V.
I don't think it was Vecna. But... So the credit I recognize is that she played Robb Stark's wife in Game of Thrones.
Robb Stark's wife?
Yes. Like the woman, like the commoner that Robb Stark married that got everyone mad at him and caused the Red Wedding.
Right. I couldn't picture her if you told me to.
No, I wouldn't be able to pick her out of a crowd. But I remember
she was good in this though.
She was amazing. Like she might be like the strength of the movie.
Yep.
I kind of wish that her character had a bit more.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain point in the movie where it kind of shifts and she becomes more of a like side character. Simply.
Yeah. And then what else for performances? Like Saldaña is.
She's always so good.
Great. Yeah, like she's always great. Ribisi coming back. Yes, like
they put everybody back.
He does sort of just like he was in the second one for like 5 seconds, right?
Yeah,
like
I think he was just in like the video in the background of the video, right?
He's like, still gotta pay me.
Yeah, it's like it's in my contract. I love they brought back. If you can't get out of it, get into it. Do you remember that from the second movie?
No, I don't.
That was his catchphrase for the second movie. If you can't get out of it, get into it.
Like the guy with the amputated arm.
Yeah, because he loses his arm in the second movie.
Like, I'm evil, and I like to hunt whales.
It's like I just like saying catchphrase. What was accent?
And Jermaine Clement is like,
yeah, I really don't understand why he's in these movies.
I think it's okay to hunt these whales a little bit, but
it's like
we shouldn't do it
too
much.
We want you to be sort of comic relief, but not really. So people just think it's funny because you're Jermaine Clement. It's like, all right,
I do really love him.
Like the character or him as the actor?
I love him as an actor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I do too. So I'm like, I'm not sure. It seemed like a bit of a.
I like his beard. I think it's a good look.
Yeah, I do like him rocking that beard. I don't know. I just felt like I feel like there was a couple of casting choices in these movies that I'm not sure of. Like, I really don't think. I forget her name. Mrs. Soprano as the general.
Eddie Falco.
Yeah,
I like her. I like her.
I didn't think it worked for me. Her in that role. I mean, she was fine. It wasn't horrible. I just felt a bit like, I don't know.
Well, I liked it a lot more in the second one. I don't think it's a problem with her performance.
No, not at all.
I think that there's just too many pieces on the board in this movie.
Yeah, too many. Like, I mean, they bring everybody back. It's just like I don't think you need all these people milling about together.
And they sort of like they put all the elements in one space together at one time, and it is really just too many things. Going on.
Like they were like happy to see Giovanni Ribisi back, but there is literally no reason for him to be in this movie.
No,
at all. Like, I don't think it just like it seemed like they brought in replacements for characters from the first movie and the second movie, but then just brought them all back for the third one. And it's like, well, you already replaced these guys. We don't need 4 of these people.
I think James Cameron just likes hanging out with his
buddies,
exactly
right? It is, right? It's like, we'll get everyone together. We'll do some mocap.
Just come live in New Zealand for 3 years, guys. It's pretty chill here, man. I don't know what to tell you. Well, why don't we go into spoilers?
Oh, we do. You know what else we need to talk about is the trailers.
Oh yeah.
I guess that counts as spoilers.
Let's talk about those in spoilers.
Yeah. If you want to hear about the Odyssey trailer and the Avengers Doomsday tease, which I mean you probably heard about by now, but we'll talk about that in spoilers too.
Yeah, and we're off next week.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
And yeah, I'd say happy holidays, but sure, go on.
Oh, sorry. Yes, no offense to people.
I'm just saying, it's the war on Christmas. So it's
Happy
the war on Christmas, and you got to choose your
happy
side.
non-denominational winter festival to you all.
Yeah, this should be coming out on the 22nd. It is pretty close to Christmas, in all
Yeah.
fairness.
We talked about Christmas movies like
Yeah,
for the last 3 weeks. So
you know what? It's fair. Merry Christmas and nothing else.
there you go. Stick to your convictions, Trevor.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's.
All right. So
I really hope people know that I'm joking. But
yeah,
it's
if you don't know
fine.
by now, then it's fine. We'll just see if we lose any listeners.
Okay, so spoilers.
Spoilers fine now.
Any?
Are we
Yeah,
doing
spoilers.
are we doing trailers
Spoilers now.
first?
Yeah, and let's go in order.
Okay.
Let's talk about that
Super Mario.
Super Mario trailer,
Oh, I'm so psyched
which
for that
I
movie.
think that mix is way too loud. I said in the theater too. It's
Well, it's like that's the whole. It's a kids movie, man. The mixes are always way too loud. You got to keep those kids' attention spans. Just scream at them.
I think it was too dark.
Too dark.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. It's gonna be good. It's gonna make $1 billion.
All right. Let's talk about the Odyssey.
I think anyone who had any doubts about how this would look should just shut up now after watching that trailer.
Like it's funny because it's just like he just unzips his pants and just like flops his giant dick down, and it's just like check that shit out, and everyone's like, fair enough.
It's like you know what?
It's so
all these costumes look so silly
it's like,
from these still photos.
Maybe he's not that good anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe this is gonna be not a great movie. And it's like, well, check this shit out. Here's like 3 minutes of the best shit you've seen all year. Have a bit of that.
It was awesome. It was so good.
Yep.
Like I don't
really was.
It doesn't count as a trailer because it just is like an extended
It's
scene.
just a scene of the movie. It seems like. Yeah.
But like, how are you not just like apologizing to Christopher Nolan right now?
It was.
I was
very
like,
good.
I never really had any doubt. Like, you know, you see some of the stills and you think, yeah, you know, that does kind of look a little silly, but like, photos are going to look different than something that's filmed in IMAX. Like,
well, that's just it.
They are designing those costumes to be lit a certain way and to be captured a certain way on camera. And like, I think that Nolan and like all of the people he works with, and he works with the best people in the world, deserve like the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Now, I don't think I'd seen as much of this negative feedback that you might have seen, but I've not really been looking at it.
I just gotta stay off Reddit, man.
But yeah, I mean, it was such a good scene, and I think I guess it benefits from people just like being fully aware of what's going on immediately without any explanation needed. If you don't know what a Trojan horse is, then by now, I mean, like, where have you been? But it's done in a way that I've never imagined it in my life.
No, me neither.
And it's so like visceral and like.
But it makes a lot of sense.
It makes perfect sense. It's like in my head, it's like they're all just sat on benches and he just wheel them in, and it's just like, here we go, let's go to bed, and then they jump out. It's like, nah, it was
just
nothing like that.
Shows up on wheels.
It was like exactly. It's like fucking brutal, and oh man, yeah, I just loved it so much. And the sound design in it was just like, my heart was like stopped beating. I was just like
as they're
so
trying to
stressed.
open that gate, and like, you know, they're gonna get the gate open,
but like the way the sound mix just like slowly just like gets faster and faster, like it's a ticking clock and he's running out of time. It's just like so simple but so well mixed and so well done. I was just like, I was out of breath by like the end of that short scene, and I knew how it was going to end. Like it was not, I couldn't know the story, so it's not like shocking what's going to happen here. But I was like stressed.
Yeah, I wonder if time is going to play a factor in a Christopher Nolan movie. That would be an interesting choice for him.
I also don't know how they're going to get this whole story into a movie, but
well, I assume it's going
to skip by things pretty quickly.
I assume it's going to be 2 hours and 59 minutes because remember we learned when we got the tour of that IMAX room that they can be a maximum of 3 hours.
That's how big the reels are. So. I guess that's true. That's a good point.
So he's capped.
He's capped,
which is maybe not a bad thing.
No. Let's be real. We don't need it. We don't need movies to be over 3 hours.
So
James Cameron.
Let's talk about the Avengers trailer.
Yes.
Is it gonna say that like Chris Evans will be back as Steve Rogers' son?
No. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
That would be very dumb.
But like, because
I hear what you're saying.
He's had his family ostensibly in the 1950s,
past,
right?
Yeah, true.
And like he turned into Joe Biden, like which
True.
I stole that from Pitch Meeting, but I think that's just such a great line.
He definitely did. But yeah, I mean, it's a good. I've not thought of that, or I've not been trying to find theories, but that's an interesting theory. I did find it interesting that there seems to be a lot of like kids knocking about.
Yeah, like is it just
like
gonna
Fantastic Four had a baby at the end?
Is it just gonna be a baby in it? Doom stealing a lot of babies?
Yeah, that's what I think I saw something about that. I'm not even going to make a reference because it was like a Diddy reference.
Oh no!
It's just like Doom go around collecting kids.
He's like the kid snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or whatever.
That's a better reference. Well done, Trevor, the child snatcher.
And for the younger listeners, like just go on YouTube and look up the child snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Legit, the most terrifying character ever created on film.
People like no.
Okay, let's do spoilers for Avatar.
Yeah, I mean it was a teaser trailer that showed Captain America. That was about it. Although I did hear that they're going to release like different ones every week, introducing different characters in a teasing way. But I haven't heard.
Makes sense to me.
I haven't heard who's going to be next.
I think that like the one big change I would make to this movie.
Okay, here we go. Let's see.
I'm not James Cameron.
Notes from Trevor.
Not James Cameron. He can do whatever he wants. But I think once you make the deal with that fire tribe, I think that they have to take over the human base, and they say like, we're controlling the flow of all this stuff now.
Right.
We're in charge now. Because other than that, like they are just sidekicks to the mercenaries, which I think does that whole plot line a disservice.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think they should have really just doubled down on that being the big antagonist and just have that assault on that city thing be the climax of the movie, because they did all that, and then they're like, oh, you know what we're gonna do now? The second movie's ending again, and you're like, well,
it was
okay.
It was incredibly similar because it's just like it's more sinking ships or whatever.
Yeah,
bigger
ships though.
I breathed a sigh of relief when they like actually committed to going into that magnetic field and like doing something a little bit different.
That was pretty cool. Like, how do you do a fight between Quaritch and Jake Sully again? Like we've done it twice already. It's like, well, how about if there's like mad columns of fire and floating shit all around him? You're like, all right, that'll work.
Like, but if you're introducing like a third party to this fight, why immediately just make them one of the main two factions? Yeah. They just were completely absorbed, and like they were an arm of Quaritch,
yeah.
And
there really should have been more of a Quaritch uprising and him just taking over everything.
Like, I assume that Cameron is doing it for historical parallels, but
maybe. Yeah.
I think, like, I agree with you. I think it would have been much more interesting if there are three different parties kind of warring against each other, all having different goals that are somewhat related to Spider, which like I'm like totally into that. I think they introduced that in a smart way to make him like a crux of the plot.
Yeah, that was one of the things, right? It's like, why do we care about this Spider kid anymore? I mean, I guess because it's his kid, but that's not really working anymore. But yeah, having him be like freaking Patient Zero, like Ellie from that video game, The Last of Us.
But like Kitty needing to like break through to call up like.
I was a bit concerned when it was like a giant godhead.
I thought it was going to look like Sigourney Weaver for a second.
That would have been cool. Well, it was kind of turning, and I was like, is it going to look like a Na'vi? Because it looked kind of like a human face.
It looked like a human, so I'm not like...
Is the mother, is the big, what's her name, All Mother or whatever?
Awa, or like the warrior mother?
Yeah, is that like a human god? That would be weird.
Human? I don't know.
It's an English person.
It's the godhead.
It's the godhead.
But like she was like trying to break through the entire time to convince the planet and all the to fight back.
Yeah, but they did that in the first movie,
which is exactly what Zoe Saldaña did in the first movie. Like it's like exactly the exact
all
same
the animals
and
just coming and saving him, and they did the exact same thing.
Like this this movie did have another like a different take on that same sort of thing where they got all the whales. I forget the whale creatures' names. To realize that they had to fight, which I think was very like, at least to me, I think it was interesting. And
I like that whole thing.
It is kind of a beautiful sentiment that these ancient beings refused to fight, and then the fact that they had to resort to violence is kind of like tragic.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things. It's like if you're a pacifist, like how much pain and suffering do you have to be do you have to witness before you just like enough is enough?
I would have also kind of wished that the climax was more about that moment instead of like
they kind of started with that and then moved swiftly on from it.
Hey, come on, those shark squid things that we introduced earlier. Get in the fight.
Because it seemed like when those two toucans or whatever showed up and they just like decimated that entire fleet, jumping on it. And then like it was like they decimated the fleet about 4 or 5 times. They kept showing the stuff blowing up and like they're like crashing through and killing things. And then it's so like something else trying to blow up. And I was like, how many of these things did they have? Because it looked like they didn't have that many.
I thought that they had gotten rid of like the main ship
that big main
a couple
ship.
times.
Yeah, maybe it was just difficult placement. Because in the second one, it was like the one main ship. On this one, I think they had like 4 or 5 of those size. And then there's like a giant one.
Well, there was like an exact beat from the first movie where Jake Sully he becomes Turek Makto once more.
Oh man!
And he grabs one of the helicopter things and flings it.
He does it like 4 times.
And it is identical.
I thought that
to the first movie.
I was like, he's got his move back. And then the thing did it by himself, but with like a giant one. And I was like, yeah, he's got this move down now. Just grab it and then do a flip and fling it.
You know what? Slay Queen.
It was like when you unlock a video game character, it's like, I'm going to do a special move. It's like, I'm got the dragon back. I'm going to do the flip move.
Speaking of video game, the one thing I wanted to mention was like during that weird sex scene thing.
When he's tripping balls
he's tripping balls.
That was so good. I was laughing so hard about that whole scene.
He's like, hey, what'd you do that for?
Like, well, this is some strong shit.
But like when it's like I didn't love how that looked in that moment.
They look very video gamey.
It
felt like something out of BioShock or something.
Well, I was gonna say it looked exactly like Far Cry 3. There were scenes that like really reminded me of that particular video game.
Yeah, I was getting that same vibe.
But I like I said, I mostly liked those characters' designs, and I can fix her. But you know what? Maybe I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like
she's fine. She's fine just the way she is, Trevor.
Yeah. Slay Queen. There, I can say it again.
There you go.
They're saving her for a sequel. Right? She's just like,
I would not be surprised if Quaritch comes back as well. The guy never stays dead.
Well, it didn't show him actually die.
That's what I mean. Like, you don't show people dying. It's one of those things where like some people just live through anything, and then like some people get shot in the shoulder apparently, and then just seem to die. It's just like, okay, Winslet, she's dead because she got hit in the shoulder with a little bit of pipe or whatever.
Yeah, like just push it through you, like the rest of them.
Push it through you and snap it in half so that the rest of it's in you, and then you could just use your leg like normal, even though there's a giant piece of wood stuck through your calf. By the way, you could not do anything if that was the case.
Cass, was Zoe Saldaña like always so racist in the other movies? Because
they really played that up in this one, right?
Like she was trying to inspire like shit. Like, and I'm like, I know that they're doing this so that she can have a bit of an arc, and they do like an Abraham being told to kill Isaac.
Yeah, that was really dark. I don't think they needed that, really. Well, they made a big deal out of that, and you're like, he's not going to kill this kid.
I think it would have been so much better if it was like Spider saying, you have to kill me, instead of Jake going up and saying like, hey, come here.
Yeah, he just turned into a real creepy dude.
I'm going to fucking kill you right
here. Yeah, kneel down, you little bitch. Don't look at me.
Like, honestly, like, it kind of makes sense that you have to kill him. Do you have to make his last moment so terrifying?
I know, right? Oh, it was so bad.
Like, he didn't even, like, try to hide what he was doing. He's like, hey, you know what? Come here. Yeah. I'm going to kill you in this sunlight.
I'm going to take it. This is a good spot.
This is a good spot. I want to see.
It's so true. He could have just stabbed him right away.
Like
why make
you're
it
twice the
why
size
make
of
it
him.
such an ordeal for him? That was such a horrible thing to do. But they did, going back to her though, they did kind of play up that she didn't like Spider in the second movie.
Okay, did they?
There's a lot of like he's a fucking one of those sky people and we don't like them. Well, in this movie, he was like, you don't even like your own kids.
I sort of hate this part of my own children.
Yeah, that was dark, man. When that came up, I was like, whoa.
I don't know. Like, the character we met in the first movie seemed pretty willing to have sex with and marry Jake Sully.
That was the point he was making. He was like, dude, I've got 5 fingers. What are you talking about?
It's like, man, like we have sex every night. Like,
he's like, I've got dreadlocks now. Oh, white guy with dreadlocks. There's lots of those in this movie.
Oh my gosh. And I had heard that thing about Spider before. Like, I must have seen it.
Which bit?
That he like learns to breathe the air.
Oh
there.
right, yeah, I didn't know they'd do that.
I knew that like 6 months ago that was going to be a part of it. Like it
makes sense because they can't have him around with a stupid mask on all the time. I kept thinking like, how do those things work? Do you just like charge them up? How are they charging them up? Where are they getting the air from? Does it like filter the air and store it in a container?
I think it's just filtering out the toxins. The question about how do they charge in the battery is a good one. I assume solar power.
Solar power, there you
somehow.
go. It's future tech, Trev.
But like they are just out like by the sea. I'm assuming salt water is getting in those things. Right? It's probably why one's failing.
Like how long would they last? It's future tech, Trevor. Salt water doesn't affect it.
But like I really like that they did that because Spider is obviously an analog for the people who love Avatar so much, and then he gets to be a Na'vi.
Yeah,
and like
he even gets his own little ponytail thing.
Yeah, like and
he gets to kiss Sigourney Weaver as a kid.
It was sort of like
a blue kid.
It was sort of just fan service, but like I kind of liked it as fan service because like I know there are people who just absolutely love Avatar, and that is for them. Like saying like, hey. You are Spider here. He's kissing.
You can have sex with the blue cat too, if you really want.
And I think that's beautiful.
I
think that's beautiful. Like, and like, I'm not like I like Avatar movies quite a bit. There are some people who just like love this world, and I love that they have that that part.
I'm sure the subreddits are gonna lap that stuff up.
I can only imagine. That's why.
I'm not part of those or anything.
That's why I hope the actor portraying Spider is like an adult. It's just like it's gonna go down some weird places.
It really is.
When they first introduced like that, like his like little tail thing, it's just like
so weird.
It's just like when someone's starting out having a ponytail and it's just like growing
like a little rat,
bit.
He's like, little rat tail.
Like look at this little thing. Like
that grew quick though.
Oh yeah, they grow quick.
Apparently, it's like we'll just say that this grew real quick.
And like. Do you die when they cut that off, right? Like
it seems so,
like,
right?
It's like your central nervous system, right?
Yeah, and this was the first time they've shown like you can connect to someone and then just like it'll fuck them up.
Well, like it's sort of like a rape almost, like it's like a violation, like and
like just Kitty does it at the end and like goes to town and it was like shouting at her,
like
it was an alien tongue or something.
I don't like that it showed that like. The Colonel had the strongest will until Kitty had it. Like that. You've been one of these things for like 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, like it's just because like you were in really good shape as a human that you can do this.
Man's got a solid heart. Say.
And like they were setting him up for an arc that just went nowhere. Actually,
with who? Sorry,
Quaritch.
Yeah, they flip flopped a lot on his arc over the second movie and the third movie at least, because it's like they want to give him a redemption and have him be the good guy and be a good dad to Spider, and they keep going there and then pulling it back and switching it up, and you're like, come on, man.
Like he actively doesn't want to kill him, and he will take steps.
It's like they know he's an irredeemable character, but they keep teasing that they're going to try and redeem him, and I think that's why I found it quite cathartic. I think at the end when he's just like, you know what, fuck this back and forth so much, I'm just going to jump off the cliff and make everyone's lives easier.
He's like, there's been too many times in this movie where people were taken hostage and had to escape.
There really was.
Let's just fucking end that here. Here I go.
Yeah, it's like it's too complicated trying to figure out how we redeem me as a character, and I can't kill you all, so I'm just gonna jump off the cliff.
Like, didn't he also take a Sully member hostage in the second one on a boat?
When he took the little girl, I was like, again with the taking the little girl. He did the exact same thing in the last movie.
Like, she really serves no purpose other than just to be kidnapped. I
Yep.
did really like the moment where she and Spider join
Yeah,
Kitty.
it was like, oh, they actually were able to do something useful.
Yeah, and honestly, I was starting to choke up a little bit when they're in the afterlife with everyone who had passed away and
That was
stuff.
pretty cool. It's like all the people from the
Yeah.
first movie, like the old guy who was like,
Yeah.
he was like
Who was
the
her
chief's
dad,
the chief's
right?
son or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe not the chief's son. He was like supposed to be. He was like the head warrior of the clan, right? And he died.
Yeah, he was the Kokowama or whatever.
Yeah, like well, because she was the daughter, but I think
Yeah,
he has the designs on her, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
She was supposed to marry him or whatever. But yeah, her dad was there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I thought that was really like I think the Sullys should have had a moment with their son there who had died.
Well, I was
more.
I was a little confused.
It was more about the brother having a moment with his brother.
Yeah.
As opposed to like.
Well,
the
they
parents.
definitely framed the brother as the lead in this one more.
He was sort of the lead.
He was doing the voiceover because Sam Worthington did the voiceover in the first two movies.
Yeah.
Like, it was all him in the second movie, and then this one, it was none of him. It was all just from the son's perspective. He was telling the story. So, like, okay. And I was a bit like, are they going to kill Jake Sully off in this one?
Well, it kind of would have. It would have been better if there was.
It would have made sense, right? Because it seemed like they're setting the brother up, like you say. He has the moment with his brother at the start and at the end that kind of bookmarks it and bookends it, I should say.
It almost would have been better if like Jake, like, you know, his leg is too hurt for him to fight, and like he gets over that pretty quick, to be honest.
Yeah, he really
and then like
does.
he has to hand it off to his son to do it. You missed the moment with the my two dads and Spider thing.
I mean, you know what would have made sense to me is if they'd killed Jake Sully off when they tried to rescue him when he's in the glass prison.
Yeah. Well,
like if he'd not survived that and had a moment with his son where it's like, you have to be the man now, and then he goes off and then they have a big fight at the end.
I think it would have been a better movie.
But it just seemed like, if you're gonna do another big ending after that.
Well, because there were no consequences.
It was a pointless thing
to
any of it.
Both him and Spider being captured in that base because they both just got out.
Yeah, and then they just left.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, okay, let's go attack these whales, which we're going to do. Remember, we're evil and it's all about profit.
It did make me laugh out loud how easily Spider escaped from that cell just by unscrewing this fucking vent and crawling out.
Well, I feel like it's a bit of a flaw to have your holding cell like be able to escape with a flathead screwdriver, basically.
Exactly.
Like, there's a lot of items that could fit in that.
Like, why do you need a vent that large? It's just a vent out to the corridor. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was spider-sized.
It really was.
Like, to be honest, like, if you have to have a vent that large, put an Allen key in there. That's harder to manipulate.
Exactly. Or just screw it from the other side, maybe.
Yeah, well... Good point also.
Anyway.
How do you rate this movie, Pete? We rate things at a 6.5.
I feel like we've missed doing the ratings for the past couple of episodes.
We've been getting lazy because it's Christmas. We're busy guys. We rate things at a 6.5 on this podcast.
6.5.
Where's this
bells?
Where's this lie for you?
That's a good one. I'm trying, because I already said I think the other two are better. So I'm trying to think what would I rate. I'd probably give this a solid 5.
Yeah, I'd even go 5.25 maybe.
Yeah, no lower than 5, but not a 6.
Yeah, there's a lower ceiling on this one for sure, because it just repeated things a little bit too much. It did. As beautiful as the movie was, I didn't feel the majesty in the same way.
It wasn't as awe-inspiring as the experience of watching the first two for the first time. But maybe we're just numb to Pandora at this point.
Yeah, we could be, and
law of diminishing returns and all that.
I assume this is going to be the last Avatar movie, at least.
You think?
At least that James Cameron's going to make.
You think?
Yeah, well, it's just it takes too long to make these, and they're too expensive, and then it'll be too big of a financial risk to do it again.
Yeah, my thought is that if you really had I've got this overarching story that I need 5 movies to tell, I feel then you wouldn't have spent so much movie telling, rehashing the same story in this movie. You moved it a long way further if you had that much story to tell. So I feel like maybe he doesn't, and he's just just fight Quaritch again.
Yeah.
And you're okay.
I do feel like Sully should have died.
Someone should have. Nobody died in this movie, did
Kate Winslet died. She got it in the shoulder, and she's
and Kate Winslet's son with that stupid haircut that the kids all have these days. But he was a jerk in the second movie, so screw him.
Yeah, he kind of just got a pretty unceremonious death.
He really did.
The,
And he was really the only character that we knew of that, apart from Kate Winslet, that died.
yeah, Morrison lived. He didn't really seem that sad at the end, to be honest. I feel like you shouldn't bring a baby that young underwater, but you know what? I'm not from Pandora.
People. You know, one thing we haven't talked about, just real quick before we sign off, we didn't talk about like the flying merchants, because that was another group of people that I was really thought like I would love to see more about what's going on with them, but they just immediately killed them all off.
Yeah, I think that like that was supposed to be the Majesty part, like seeing those like blimp things.
Yeah, they were
fly.
pretty cool, but it was just like
it's a little too easy to take those things down.
Yeah, it didn't seem like the best mode of transport for like transporting all your goods about, especially
like,
when you've got flying dragons everywhere.
It's like, hey, let's make a blimp out of helium.
Yeah, and like
hydrogen.
It's like the slowest mode of transport we can find.
Like they're mostly going over water. This is not more efficient.
Yeah,
to do it this way.
It seemed like they had a good way of transporting like merchandise. It wasn't like a freighter. It was just like
that much storage room.
No, that's what I mean. It's like so it doesn't look like a merchant trader ship. It just looks like an elaborate giant floating ship for no reason.
Like I can't take the Torque Mukto on this. It'll draw too much attention. But what if we help you defend it? All right, you got yourself a deal.
Yeah, I guess didn't really help them too much in the end, did it?
Well, if you've listened through this far without having seen the movie, I'd say go and see the movie in theaters.
Just watch all three of them in the same day.
You know what? I'd do it.
Just 9 hours plus.
I'd do it.
Avatar. It'd be pretty cool to do.
I got nothing else going on.
Yeah, just take a day. Christmas. It's the holidays.
It might be a little jarring to watch 1 and 2 in theater back to back like that, because there is a big jump in quality.
Yeah, 2 and 3 would just seem like it's one giant movie.
And you'd be like, wait, didn't I just see this happen?
It's like, wow, how can the same shit happen to the same Navi twice? It's not me, right? I could have punched up the script.
Just punched up a Die Hard 2.
Exactly. You want to stay alive? Stay with me. That's the third one, I think.
Yeah. I'm getting too old for this magnetic field. That's a chord set at the end.
Yes.
All right, why don't we call it here?
Yeah, we're rambling now, so let's call it a day.
Have a good Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, from us, first look, final word. Happy holidays and Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys again in 2026.
It's the final word of 2026.
Yeah, until 2026, that's the final word.